So let me guess, you've been running your campaign for a while, it's been working fairly good, but then all of a sudden you wake up one day and the results are just absolutely horrible and you don't really know why or what to do in this situation. This is a situation I've had many times throughout my career of helping different businesses with Facebook ads. I've been working with brands all over the world for the last 5 years, and this is fairly a common issue. It happens usually a few times per year for some businesses. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly the best things to do when this happens so that you can immediately apply this to your business and also avoid making bad changes that can even make your situation worse. So I have a small presentation for you right here. So let's get right into it. So what to do when your Facebook ads stop working. Now, the first thing that we want to do is to find the source of the problem. We want to do some troubleshooting to really find out where the problem is coming from. Is if it's due to external factors that are outside our control that we can do within the ads manager and on our website. And if it is outside of our control, we want to make sure we don't make changes that could make things even worse. And this is something that I've seen a lot of advertisers do. And I also have done this mistake myself in the past. When results are dropping, you have this urge to make some changes to really try to improve the results. But if it's something that's been working for a long time and the only change that's happened is out of your control, so it's either something in the market, something with Meta's algorithm or something else, then making changes, it's actually going to kill all that momentum that you spent maybe even months building up and a lot of budget to really get going. So that's why it's really important to not make unnecessary changes, because it can really make your situation a lot worse and make it super difficult to get back to the results that you previously had. Now, if it's not outside of your control, we still want to make sure we find the source of the issue so we can make the proper adjustments. Now, if we do the wrong adjustment, we can still make the situation a lot worse. So that's really important to not make any drastic changes right away. We want to take some time to really figure out where it's coming from so that we can make the proper adjustment. So before we get into this, I just want to show you an example of what it can look like when there's something outside of your control that messes up your results. So this actually happened 2 times so far this year. So it happened in February and March for many of our clients. And as you can see here, in the end of March, you can see a huge spike in the CPM cost. So this is the cost per 1,000 impressions. In other words, how much it cost us to show our ads to people. Now, when we see these huge spikes in CPM cost, it's usually because there's some sale going on, either it's Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, something like that. But in this case, it's unexplainable. We don't understand why there's such a huge spike. And after a lot of research and some more agencies and other advertisers talking about this, we can see that this is not just on our end. I've talked with other agency owners and they have seen the same issue in the same time period. So it's very likely a breakage on Meta's end. So in this case, if we started to make a lot of adjustments and changes, we would probably make the situation a lot worse. This is why it's so important to actually spend some time to troubleshoot the issue and try to find the source. And as you can see, this is another account. You can see some unexplainable spikes in CPM in the beginning of February and the same period March. And these 2 accounts that we're looking at here are totally different. They're in different industries, different markets, but you can still see the same spike in CPM. So if you're currently seeing a drop in your Facebook ad results, this is what I would go through to try to figure out what has actually changed. So we want to look at the whole customer journey and the whole funnel to figure out where things have changed. So first we want to look at is, has the traffic gone down? Or the clicks from the ads gone down? And if so, why? So if you're currently seeing that the traffic from your paid ads has gone down, there could be 2 reasons for this. Either you're not getting as many impressions. That means you're spending the same amount of money, but the costs per 1,000 impression has increased. So you can look at the CPM cost and how that has changed. And if there's no big changes to CPM, what you can look at is the click-through rate. So of those impressions that you're paying for, are less people clicking through onto your website? And if so, why is that happening? So as I just showed you in the previous example, CPM can be due to a sale, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, or something like that. It's very normal that the CPM will increase. But if you're also changing your offer and you're having a better offer for your products and for what you're selling during that time period, then you will probably have an increase in your conversion rate. So more people will convert, which makes up for the increase in the CPM cost. But if you stay with the same offer and you don't make any changes, it's very likely that your results will drop quite a lot just because the cost of advertising during that time period is going up quite a lot. If you see that your frequency has increased over a long time period and now you have maybe frequency of 4, 5 or even more, that could mean that you're experiencing some ad fatigue. That means the same people are seeing your ads too many times, so they're not that effective anymore. So less people will click through onto your website. In that case, that's actually something that could be inside of your control. So what you could do is just change up the offer or change up the ads a little bit just to make sure that people start noticing them again, and you can then fix the click-through rate. Now, if we see no change in traffic or clicks from the ads, what we can look at is how many people are adding our product to cart. If you see that you have the same amount of people on your website, but just fewer people are actually adding products to cart, that could be because of many different factors, but one of them that's fairly common is that the product you're mainly advertising is either sold out or one color or variant of that product is not available anymore. In that case, people will still click on your ad and they will land on your website, but when they get on the website, they'll see that the thing they wanted is not available anymore, so they will probably just drop off and leave your website. Now, if you have the same amount of add to cart, but the conversion rate between add to cart and actually becoming a customer has gone down quite a lot, make sure that you check that your payment gateway is working smoothly. So what you can do is open up another browser, put on a VPN in the market that you're advertising in, and just make a test purchase of your own product. I would even suggest making a few different tests, both on your desktop and your mobile, just to make sure that everything is working smoothly. This is just really important to get out the way so we know for a fact that this is not the thing that's causing the issue. Because if this is a problem, but you still make changes to the ads in the campaign, then you can just mess up the results even more and just hurt your own performance. And something else that we have seen can have a big impact on the click-through rate is actually the comments that you have on your ads. So when people see your ads on the Facebook newsfeed or the Instagram newsfeed, they can also read the comments, and it's very normal to do some research on the product or business they're potentially looking to buy from without even leaving the platform first. So they'll stay on Facebook and read through what people are saying in the comments, and the same thing on Instagram. Now, if you recently just got a few negative comments or one long, very negative comment when people in detail are talking about your product in a very negative way, then this can actually have a big impact on performance. So in that case, you could think of maybe hiding that comment or giving a really good and professional answer to just take care of the concerns that this will create for other potential customers. So when you look through all this and you still think that the reason for the drop in results is outside of your control, this is what not to do and this is what to do. So the first thing is to look at what not to do. So my main advice is just don't make any quick or drastic changes. So don't pause your campaign right away. Don't launch some new ads, don't launch new campaigns, don't change up your targeting, and don't start running unnecessary sales with high discounts to make up for the drop in results. And the best thing to do in this situation is to just make some small adjustments and be patient. And the reason why we want to be patient is because we obviously now know that the reason for the drop in results are outside of our control. So it's also very likely that over time things will rebound and we'll get back to the normal level we were before the drop in results happened. But if we in the meantime start to make a lot of changes and adjustments, that could put us in a situation where we are making adjustments based on the wrong data. So as an example, you see that one of your best performing ads are no longer getting results, so you want to turn it off. But the whole reason why it's getting lower results is because this is your best performing ad previously, so it's getting the most spend. But it also means that if there's something externally that we cannot control that's messing up the results, this is the ad that will have the highest drop in results immediately. It does not mean that this ad all of a sudden is the worst one, so you should not turn it off. So that's just one example of why you shouldn't make a change, because when things rebound, this will still be your best performing ad most likely. But if you killed it because you had a bad period, you will now start to push spend into the other ad that's not as well performing. Now, as a business owner, you still have to remain profitable in this period. So these are the adjustments I would recommend doing. So the first thing you can do is just reducing the daily budget a little bit, just to make sure you don't spend a lot of money on the days when you're not getting results. You can also switch to a cost control bid strategy, and this is actually something I would recommend. I would even recommend just having this from the get-go anyways. So either a cost per result goal or ROAS goal, because this will essentially force Facebook to spend less money when they're not able to get you as profitable results as before. Now, if you don't know the difference between the different bid strategies you can use, I highly recommend checking out the video. I'll link it right here and link it in the description as well. This one is very important, and especially in situations like this, having the optimal bid strategy could be absolutely super important. Now, another thing you can do while you wait for things to rebound is to create some new creatives and have them ready easy to test when your campaign is back to normal. So do some research on your competitors, do some research on historically what's been working best on your ad account, and come up with many ideas of what you can test when your campaign is back to stable results, so you can then try to outcompete your current best performing ad. Now, other things you can do to remain patient and continue to run your ads without turning them off is to diversify with other paid channels. So obviously you still need to keep getting sales in order to keep running your business. So what you can do is to rely more on Google ads, TikTok ads, or Snapchat ads. This is something that we did for one of our clients, which really helped in a period when Facebook ads stopped working for a little bit. We started a Google display campaign and it started working really well for us. And we actually got really good results with Google while Facebook didn't work. So this is definitely something I would recommend just to minimize the risk and diversify a little bit. What you can also do is just using the videos or the content that you use for Facebook and Instagram ads on Google. You can also use it on TikTok and Snapchat as well. So it doesn't require a lot of time and resources to actually diversify. All you need to do is spread your budget across a few different channels. Now, the next advice I have is what I already did talk a little bit about, but that's changing your bid strategy to a cost per result goal or ROAS goal as the bid strategy. And by doing this, you would just force the algorithm to reduce the budget on the days when you're not getting profitable results and then spend more on the days when you're actually able to get profitable results. So especially if you're in a period where you're not seeing the best results, having a cost control bid strategy will make sure you spend less money during this period, regardless of what your daily budget is. So you can actually keep having a high daily budget if you have the optimal bid strategy. And my last advice is to actually take advantage of the customer base you already built up. So make sure you optimize retention marketing. So you send out emails, SMS to get them back. You can make some special offers to get them to come back into your store and make repeat purchases, or maybe recommend something for them based on what they bought in their last order. You can also set up referral programs to get your existing customers to refer new customers, so you're not just relying on paid ads to get new customers. Loox is a Shopify app that I highly recommend. You can use for this, but you can also have multiple different softwares or tools to set this up. My last advice is just to remain patient. Obviously, this is an emotional time. I've been through this process with myself and many clients before. So one of the things that we always see is that with the clients that we're able to stay patient with and not make too many adjustments, we usually see that those are the clients that get the best results when things stabilizes again. So the thing you need to be mindful of is the emotion and urgency you now feel to make adjustments to fix this are just going to hurt you in most cases. Now, obviously do some troubleshooting and make sure you really find out if this is something outside of your control. And if it is, just stay patient, switch to a cost control bid strategy, reduce the budget a little bit, but don't kill your ads or change up the targeting or make any drastic changes, because it's, as I said, it's just gonna make things worse. Now, if you want to use my free calculator to find your break-even CPA or ROAS that you can use to set up your cost control bid strategy, make sure you click the link in the description of this video. And also, if you did find this video valuable, I would highly appreciate a like. And if you have any questions, make sure you add a comment below and I'll answer it in as much detail as possible. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.